In this news, the headline is the Third Republic. Last June 1945, Philippine Congress convened after the war. Manuel Rojas was elected as Senate President in April 1946 and became the third and would be the last president of the Commonwealth, and won against nationalista Sergio Osmeña. On July 4, 1946, President Manuel Rojas raised the Philippine flag with the independence of the Philippine inauguration of the Third Philippine Republic, were highlighted by the lowering of the American flag by American Ambassador Paul Moore. Here is the accomplishment of the President's Third Republic.
Manuel Rojas in 1946 to 48, and the Vice President was Elpidio Quirino. The rehabilitation the country after the war was able to achieve the U.S. grant of 25 million loan and UNRA 10 million. U.S. Philippine military base agreed the Belt Trade Act, which means free trade relation with the U.S. that gave us citizen equal rights with Filipinos for us to develop natural resources and operate public utilities.
Pedro Carino served president from 1948 to 53 with Ferdinando as vice president. He established financial institutions like ACCPA and PACCSA and infrastructure projects like the Maria Cristina Buklao Dam. Despite his effort in social welfare, the foreign relation with his administration was marred by corruption, allegations, and failure in the Hukbalahap peace program. And Ramon Magsaysay was the Philippines president from 1953, known as the man of the masses. He implemented various programs and agreements, land tenure reform acts to address agrarian problems.
Carlos P. Garcia and his Vice President, Diosdado Macapagal, 1957 to 1961, with the first policy, the austerity programs, and the Bolen-Serrano Agreement. During Diosdado Macapagal's significant initiatives undertaken, such as the Agricultural Land Reform Law Land and the transfer of Independence of Day to June 12.
Ferdinand Marcos, 1965 to 73. He focuses on establishing public finances by increasing tax collection, by introducing new tax law, and obtaining loans from foreign banks, increasing rice production by promoting IR8 hybrid, wherein fast-growing seeds and building more irrigation system. Bridge and roads infrastructure improved. The National Railway also intensive operation against smuggling, crime syndicates, and NPA. Our next headline is the Marcos Regain.
Since the Philippines gained independence last July in 1946, there was a movement to change the outdated constitution of 1935 due to the new circumstances. The next, the following are the effects. First, the product of American colonialism. Second, gave excessive power to the president. Third, the imbalance of power among branches. Fourth, priority amendments as a memento of American imperialism. Fifth, inadequate power of COMELEC. And last, powerless GAO against corruption. And lastly, is the no provision of local autonomy.
The CPP was founded in 1969 by Jose Sison. In the same year, CPP founded NPA. With Commander Dante as its leader, the Constitution Convention, consisting of elected members, was inaugurated on June 1, 1971. To draft a new constitution on August 21, 1971, the Plaza Miranda massacre occurred during the Liberal Party relay. Claiming 8 lives, this led Marcos to suspend the right of habits in September 1 and was restored in January 1972 after its alleged assassination attempt on Secretary of Defense Juan Ponce Enrile. This is why President Marcos delegated martial law.
Martial law resulted to the arrest detention of many in the political opposition, also media and the academic that they were supporting the rebel movement or members of the communist movement. Senator Benigno Aquino Jr. and Jose Diokno was arrested in martial law. Marcos imposed curfew, prohibited of rallies, carrying illegal firearms, and take over the management of Meralco. PLDT and the NAWASA, PNP, also airlines and the other public utilities.
After the proclamation, anti-Marcos people were detained as the Constitutional Convention resumed work and finalized the new constitution on November 1972. Marcos postponed the plebiscite and instead organized citizen assemblies to represent the people, but the General Assembly rejected the nationwide plebiscites proposed by citizen assemblies votes for ratification. This resulted in the president having legislative power from 1972 to 1978.
Last September 1972, Marcos initiated a land reform program which limited land reform to tenanted rice and corn land with limit of 7 hectares, MNLF with government force leading to casualties and property destruction. In October 1976, barangay voters approved the continuation of martial law and ratified amendments proposed by Marcos, including creation of interim Batasang Pambansa President, also served as Prime Minister with legislative power until martial law is lifted.
Last January 1981, Marcos ended the martial law, which is superficial change Pope John Paul II visit under the martial law. There are establishments were constructed like the Philippine Heart Center and San Juanico Bridge. Marcos won the presidential election by 80% majority. Opposition parties
On March 1980, Senator Ninoy Aquino suffered a heart attack and Imelda Marcos sent him to the US for surgery. However, upon his arrival back in the Philippines, he was shot dead at the Manila International Airport, resulted to sparking outrage and demonstration in the country.
by 1985, Philippines facing political and economical instability, fears of violence of the Marcos dictatorship, where massive rallies and demonstration in Metro Manila became frequent as the new highlighted loss of confidence in Marcos. Now, Marcos called a snap special presidential election on February 10, 1986 to regain the trust of the people.
During the campaign, Marcos used intimidation tactic to support his candidacy, conflicting election result with the COMELEC, announcing Marcos as the winner while Lambrel reported Aquino in the lead. Aquino called for civil disobedience, leading to a massive rally over 3 million people.
That is the reason why Filipinos started the Power Revolution. Fidel Ramos gave a press conference at the Ministry of National Defense at Camp Aguinaldo to announce their withdrawal of support to President Marcos. Ramos called various military units and public to support their case. Marcos also conducted his own news calling Enrile and Ramos to surrender via Radio Veritas. Meanwhile, Jaime Cardinal Sin exhorted Filipinos going EDSA to support food and other supplies. Artemio Tadyar attempted to attack but were stopped by thousands of people from barricades. Later on, many AFP joined the people in the rally.
In the morning of 25th century, Cory Aquino was inaugurated as President of the Philippines at Club Filipino in Green Hills. Was with Lawrence as Vice President. Aquino expressed her gratitude to the people and the military for their fight of freedom. An hour later, Marcos conducted the inauguration at Malacanang Palace balcony. Marcos took his oath as a president at broadcast by Channel 9, 13, and 7. And at exactly 6 p.m., Marcos and his family transported by their American helicopter to Clark Air Base to Hawaii.
When people heard the news that Marcos' plight broke out, people are in the street at Mendiola. demonstrators termed Malacanang Long Denial, Filipino looting for some protester, but the majority only wondered the extravagance. People around the world rejoice and congratulate the Filipinos.
Now, after successful freedom from the Marcos administration, after restoring the democracy, Cory Aquino issued Freedom Constitution and appointed a constitutional administration to draft a new constitution. The 1987 Constitution includes provision for the state policy, a Bill of Rights, a presidential system of government, term limits for the presidential, and creation of Commission on Human Rights. Under her administration, free education up to high school level was provided along with autonomy for local governments and recover ill-gotten wealth of Marcos family through the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform and the PCGG.
Aquino faced coup attempts during her term, including one by Marcos loyalties in 1986 and more serious attempts in 1987 led by General Fidel Ramos. The government also faced challenges from national disasters like earthquakes and eruption of Mount Pinatubo. Power problem led to brownouts nationwide. Despite these challenges, Aquino administration was marked effort to rebuild the country after Marcos regained and to establish a more democratic and stable government.